Hi, this is Julianne with Life Edit and Design, and this video we're going to talk about working out. So in the last couple of videos we talked about creating a story, and I know for a lot of you you'll probably be doing a wellness planner because it's a very important thing to do, and I think it's on a lot of people's minds, especially right now, is just taking better care of yourself. So I wanted to do a little bit about working out because, again, I go to Planet Fitness and I get a little crazy. I actually work out most of the time with my eyes closed or looking at a spot on the floor just so I don't see what's going on around me. So I want to share just the basics of what you're supposed to be doing in the gym and what is really necessary to strengthen your body. And there, if you want to really read into this, there's a book called Body by Science by Doug McGuff. He's a doctor. Actually, I think he's an emergency room doctor. And it's an older book. You can find it at your library. You can find it on Amazon, but check out your library first, or Hoopla, whatever type of e-reader you use. Check it out there first. I always rather get it free before buying it. But anyway, there's so much science behind this. And I go to the gym and I see people doing it wrong. So I just want to give you a chance to learn it, because when you learn it, you're like, oh, that's all I have to do? Oh, it's so much simpler. And this is from a personal trainer who did it wrong for a long time. Okay, so I learned about this about 2 years ago. And when I switched, I was a personal trainer, but I wasn't practicing. And I wanted to go to a personal trainer, and he taught me this style. And oh my God, it's like, I've been doing it wrong for so long, and I want you guys to benefit from this. So this is my rant on working out and really how it'll make your life so much easier when you realize this is the real way to work out. And again, backed by science, old science. It's been around for a long time. Why everybody does it wrong and why it's so popularized is just crazy. But working out, it's all about strength. It's about building muscle, right? You get that. You kind of know that in the back of your mind. You think it's about building muscle and cardio, and we'll get into that in a minute. But ultimately, the point of going to a gym, the point of lifting up a weight, is to have stronger muscles, and not to do it wrong, not to get hurt. And nobody, as women, we don't want to bulk up, and we really don't have the metabolism, the genetic code to bulk up. It's just not going to happen. There are some women that get more defined than others, and it's based on genetics. It's not based on how hard they work out at the gym. If you saw my trainer, you'd see he has these huge arms, and his sister is just very well developed as well, very defined. But that's because their genetic code allows them to do that. I could do the exact same workout as his sister, and I'm never going to look the way she looks. I'm never going to have the abs she has, because I just don't have that kind of genetics. And we're not going to go deep into fast twitch and slow twitch muscle, but that's what's behind it, the way that you look. So when you go to the gym, you're trying to get stronger. The way to get stronger is to actually do some damage, to stress the muscles, to cause these micro tears, micro damage, and that your body will then recover from. And when your body recovers, it recovers stronger, right? It repairs and makes you stronger so that it can endure the stress next time. And when you go the next time, you make it a little bit harder to, again, cause these kind of micro tears, this micro damage, to get stronger. That's what working out is. It's to cause enough damage, enough stress in a gentle, safe way so that you can recover and come back stronger. That's it. That's the concept. So in order to do that, you want to do a couple of things. You want to be very, very safe. You want to be very, very effective. And you want to be efficient, right? We don't need to spend a whole day in the gym. We don't want to spend hours in the gym. So safe, effective, efficient. Let's talk about that. Safe. The first way to be safe is to actually move slowly. And this is what I see at the gym, is everybody's pumping, and they're pumping so fast. First of all, loading and unloading a muscle quickly is a chance for damage. When you go slow, the muscle slowly moves into either contraction, extension, whatever it's doing, and then back. Slow. If you're jerking, your muscle's loading and unloading quickly, and that's where you can get damage. So when you're doing something, let's say we're doing the overhead press, you go slowly into the overhead press and slowly back down. You want to count to about 4, 5, whatever it takes, and then slowly back down. The second thing is you don't want to stop. You just want to keep the tension on the muscle. What you're looking for is total time under load. So you want your muscle not to get to the point where you're like, you rest the weight down and then you do another rep. You just totally lost it. You want to keep total time under load without resting. And you're just going to keep going until you fatigue the muscle. When you fatigue the muscle, when you're like here and you're like, oh my God, I can't push it anymore, you've done enough. You've gotten to the point where you've damaged the muscle, you've caused momentary muscle fatigue, or muscle failure, and you literally can't do it. You literally can't do another bicep curl. You're trying, you're like, no, I can't do it. And then you gently put the weights down, the bar down, whatever it is you're doing, and you're done. That's it. Move slowly and move with enough weight that you get to this point of failure. When I look at the gym, these people are never, ever getting to failure. They're whipping through their routine, and they've decided, that 10 reps is what they're gonna do when they do their 10 reps, and they stop. And then they rest, and their body recovers, and then they do another 10. Like, you guys, no. Do one set to that point of momentary failure and put a really heavy weight on. So that's why you really want to use machines. So you can go to Planet Fitness. I won't get into the whole machine snobbery. Yes, the machines suck. It's what we have available. It's what we're going to use. So you go to the machine and you put on a heavy enough weight that you can just get to that failure in 90 seconds. That's what you're looking for. Not number of reps. Number of reps, totally irrelevant. Doesn't matter. You want to move slowly. Slower the better. Less reps. Who cares? And move to that point of muscle failure. So I'm at Planet Fitness. Let me see. On the overhead press, I do about 35 pounds. That's pretty much the max that I can do. And at 90 seconds, I'm like, I can't lift it back up. I set it down. That's it. That's what you're going for. 90 seconds and you're done. So 90 seconds of bicep curls, overhead presses, each one 90 seconds. You want to keep it to maybe 8 to 10 exercises. So you're going to go to the gym, you're going to spend 90 seconds on each machine, and you can do 8 to 10 exercises. Maybe 3 for the legs, 3 for the arms, an ab and a back. That's what I do. And I'm done. I'm out of there in 20 minutes, except for the extra time it takes to wipe down the machines. That adds a little bit of time now. So actually it's about another 10 minutes of wiping down the machines. But time under load, time that I'm actually doing something, is about 12 to 15 minutes. The rest of the time I'm moving from machines and I'm wiping them down. And that's it. And I do it twice a week. Twice. That's it. You don't need to go to the gym every day. You don't need to go to the gym for the hour. You don't need to hop on the cardio machine. Really, 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 folks, you don't need to do it. Read the book. If you want to hear from a professional, I am not going to say I'm anywhere near qualified as some of these people. Go look up Drew Baye. Drew, D-R-E-W, Baye, B-A-Y-E. He goes off and he has so many videos that you can watch. And he gives you all kinds of workouts you can do right at your home. That's his thing. It's about being able to work out at home using just a few pieces of equipment. And you'll look at this guy, and he's obviously built, and he knows what he's talking about. I've been following him for probably about a year. So honestly, you don't need to sit there and do 3 reps of 10 on every machine that's in the row. No, 3 legs, 3 arms, maybe 4 arms if you want, a back and an ab, and you're good. That's all you need to do. Okay, now what about cardio, right? So again, read the book. He'll tell you that if you're doing this and you're moving quickly from machine to machine, and unfortunately with the fact that we have to clean everything so much, we don't get to move as fast as we should. But if you're going quickly through your routine, you're going to notice your heart rate elevating, especially on the leg press. I think I'm doing on Planet Fitness's leg press, I'm doing 225 right now. And when I do 90 seconds of that weight, I am out of breath when I'm done. And I sit for a second and recover and then move on. But you won't want to have those long recoveries. You really want to move as fast as you can. So if you have a gym where you can do all the equipment first and then wipe it down second, that's great. If you have a personal trainer, that's great too. Get through all the equipment, then wipe it all down, if you can do that. Because you want to move fast. That gives you the cardio benefit. Again, I'm not going to get into the science because I'm not a professional on this. And again, I'll give you the disclaimer, please check with your doctor before doing anything. I am not giving you medical advice, and you should always check with a professional before you do something. But I wanted to show you, you don't need to hop on a treadmill. Don't do it. If you do this circuit and you do it twice a week, 30 minutes, you're out of there. That's all you need to do. And I am in the best shape of my life. As I told you, I just turned 50. I started doing this when I was 48. And I went from being in the worst shape of my life. I just felt awful. And I've never had the muscles that I have now. I have never been so defined. I've never felt so good and so strong as I had when I did this workout. So that's my rant. Do not go to the gym and spend hours and stop with the treadmill. If you want to do the treadmill just for the mental benefits, for the feeling that you're moving your body, great. I prefer you go out for a walk because it's so much better to be out in nature and out in natural air and the sunshine, get the vitamin D while you're out there. That's always better, but hey, I live in the Northeast. I know what it's like. It's freezing. But the treadmill is not a form of working out. It's not. The stair climber, yes, you're like, oh yeah, my legs get so strong. Yeah. It's repetitive motion. It's wearing you down. If you're running, you're pounding, you're putting on your joints, putting all that stress in your joints, and over time, guess what? You see people with bad backs, bad knees, bad ankles from running. You don't need to do that. Your body has to be gentle. That's why we do this workout, because it's so safe and efficient and effective. That's it. It's called slow motion. And it's called the HIIT protocol, HIT, high intensity training, not to be confused with high intensity interval training, not the same thing. High intensity training, HIIT training, is a protocol. It's a way of working out. The machines that you use, that is your actual workout. But the style is what this HIIT training is. The style is moving slowly, moving to momentary muscle failure as quickly as you can. 90 seconds is the goal. And they've done studies and studies and studies. So I'm not going to get into, again, the science, but if you borrow these tips, when you go to the gym, put on a heavy a load. I always start with my legs. I like to do that first. So I do a leg extension, I do a leg curl, and then I do the leg press. So I do 3 exercises. It gets every muscle in my legs. When I'm not at Planet Fitness and I'm home, I just do calf raises. Those are killers. I do wall sits, so you could do them there. You could do wall squats. I have a TRX, so I do some squatting with that. I also do my hamstring curls with that when I'm home, so I can't always go to the gym, so I have an alternate workout that I can do at home. So you do these exercises, you do them to failure, and then you rest. It's very important that you rest and recover in between. This is hugely important, and this, again, when I see people go to the gym every day, I'm like, when's your body gonna get the rest? The recovery, what we're talking about, remember we talked about getting damage to your muscles, and when they recover, they grow back stronger. Well, if you never let yourself recover, you never have that chance to get stronger. You actually keep weakening the muscle to the point where you do get injured. You have to give yourself rest, and they've found that about 48 hours is typical for what most people need. So you don't want to go back to the gym. That's why you only have to go twice. You go, you do your workout, and you give yourself at least 2 days before you go back to the gym again and do another workout. Now, some people say, okay, I have a leg day and I have an arm day. Well, if you're only doing 3 exercises or 4, and you're only doing them for 90 seconds each, do you really need to split them up and have an extra day at the gym? I don't think so. This is why I love this workout. So I'm telling you, you only have to work out twice a week. I'm telling you, you can keep it to 30 minutes or less. And I'm telling you, you never have to get on the stinking treadmill again. You never have to run again. I'm telling you right now, you have permission. You have a bye. You don't have to do it. That was like the best thing. When my trainer was telling me that, he's like, no, why would you do that? I'm like, well, I thought I should do cardio. I'm like, no, you're getting all the cardio benefit here. And again, I don't want to go into the science because I don't want to get it wrong. I am a personal trainer, but I don't practice personal training. It's not what I'm doing. And so I don't want to give you bad advice. Go watch Drew Baye. He goes into the science on everything. He will tell you more than you ever wanted to know. But do this. I'm telling you, it makes such a difference. And then when you go to the gym and you start seeing these people whip through the weights, like they're using momentum. So in addition to damaging their muscles, they're using momentum to move the weight. That's not muscle strength. When you're going so slow, there's no momentum, right? You're doing this arm curl, it's all muscle. And when you're going down, you're not letting gravity pull it down because you're moving slow. So again, you're getting muscle, you're getting work on both sides of the exercise, the lifting and the lowering. Your muscles are working throughout. No, you're not getting that. When you're doing this, you are not getting that at all. Your momentum is doing half of the lifting for you. And you're letting gravity do a good portion too. But why not be effective? Why not go to the gym and get the most out of it? Because not all of us love going to the gym. I mean, I'm a personal trainer and I don't love going to the gym. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta do it. But I know it's only twice a week and I know it's fast. You can create a playlist that keeps you like, 30 minutes and I know I'm gonna be done. By the time I hear this song in this playlist, I know I'm at the end. For me, it's when I know, when I'm on the abs and the back, I do that at the end. I know my workout's almost done, and the back is the easy workout. That's kind of your cool down if you want. And you don't need to do these lengthy warm-ups. They've done studies. You don't need to do them. If you want to do one set at a really, really light weight, very slowly, just to mentally get your head in the game, go for it, but you don't have to. I get on, I just start the workout. Because again, I'm not jerking my muscles. I'm moving so slowly through it. So when I'm doing the leg extension, that's my first exercise, I'm moving very slowly. And if I feel like I can't move the weight, but I haven't felt like I'm not at 90 seconds, because again, Planet Fitness, the machines are awful. Different story for a different time, but So they're not designed correctly for your body. They're not designed to move your joints safely through. So I'll get to a point where I'll just do isometric, where I'll just hold the weight. So I'm bringing my leg out and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna get the benefit on the lower part because of the way the machine's designed. So I'm gonna stay at this point where my legs are kind of out a bit, you know, maybe a 45-degree angle, and I'm holding the weight. And I keep my watch, you know, I use my phone. And I'm looking at that the whole time so that I get to that 90 seconds and I hold the weight till I feel like it's gonna bring me down, and then I slowly lower down. So I get to that point of failure just by holding the weight. So you can do that. You don't have to even move through the range of motion. Drew Baye goes into all kinds of isometric exercises, but again, isometric is where you're holding it. You're at a point in the load where you're loaded up. You've got, you know, your point, like maybe you're holding it at a 45-degree angle in your arms and you're holding your weights there, and you can do that static, you're holding it in place. Or you can just put a very heavy weight on and only move it part of the way and just hold it for 90 seconds. You would be amazed at how hard that is. Let me tell you, it's very hard, but you get the workout. So this is my rant. You know, if wellness is in your journey, go get the book or go onto Drew Baye's website, look at some of his workouts that he talks about. If you want to join his membership, join it for a month and go look at the videos that you want to see, just, you know, on isometrics or on how to safely do a workout. He gives you great tips, and there's other videos that you can look up, but remember it's HIIT, H-I-T, a single I, not high intensity interval, which has 2 I's, totally different workout. This is just, you want to move slow, super slow protocol is what it's called, and you move slowly through your exercises, 8 to 10, you're done, no cardio ever, never need to jump on a treadmill, you're gonna feel great, you're gonna notice a difference quickly. I mean, within 2 weeks, I noticed a difference the very first time when I started doing this. It's like, wow. And now I'm looking at my arms, I'm like, oh my God, look at this. You know, I have my winter flannel on right now because it's the middle of February here, but I'll do some videos in the spring and the summer with, you know, you can see my arms, but I've never been in such good shape. So ladies, if you're watching this, get the book or just try this yourself. 90 seconds, time under load, very heavy weights. That's why I recommend a machine, because again, if you feel unstable, again, you're moving to momentary muscle failure. Try saying that. When you have dumbbells, there is a chance that you could drop things, and I don't like that, so that's why I like to use the machines, because especially when that leg press, when I get to failure, I'm like, ugh, I kind of go down a little bit heavy. So you just don't want to have, you don't want a chance of injury, especially if like you're doing a bench press, and you don't want that bar coming down on you. You want to have a spotter, you want to have somebody to keep you safe in case you just can't lift it again back into the rack. So there's ways to be safe. I'm not going to try to be your personal trainer here. That's not my job. But what I want to do is introduce you to this workout, this whole concept of working out, the fact that you only need to do it twice a week, and stop with the treadmills and stop with those fast repetitions. They're doing nothing for you, honestly. Try this, it'll work. So that's it for my rant for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're doing a great job with your storytelling in your planners. Again, share with me what you've got going on. I'd love to see the story that you're telling. And again, go to Life Edit Design, sign up for the VIP club so you see these videos, you see projects we're working on, and you also get some great coupons for my Etsy shop where I have a lot of digital planners and printables, things that you can print out if you want to have a paper planner. Because there's days where you want paper and there's days you want digital. So I love talking to you, and I will see you next time. Take care.